Secret number 8. The golden key of creative imagination. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. Shakespeare. In the theater, a dream is created which, if conforming to the Aristotelian concept of a dream, the audience accepts as reality. The limitations we have set upon ourselves are just as unreal as what is happening on stage, for we have chosen to embrace that which is fictitious. But while we must accept the reality of the moment, we are not bound in it forever. We can change the future through the use of our imaginations. The personal limitations we have accepted can be broken any time we wish. By persistently imagining what we really want, we can discard the old script and introduce a completely new story. In other words, we can free ourselves of the limitations that are holding us back. Imagination controls the world. More important than knowledge is imagination. This statement was made by one of the world's greatest scientists and mathematical geniuses, Albert Einstein. The power of imagination is one of the greatest forces in the universe. Human progress has developed in direct proportion to the collective imagination. In my travels, I never cease to be amazed at the enormous network of airlines. What great imagination it has taken to put them together. Each phase, from man's first flight to the multidimensional const of mass air travel, had to be an idea in someone's imagination before it could become reality. Like all visionaries, those who dared to conceive of the idea of multidimensional travel had to break through the limited thinking of those who declared their ideas impossible. Leonardo da Vinci wrote these prophetic words on his sketch of the first flying machine: "Man shall grow wings." His machine did fly a few feet. But church leaders of the day, labeling it an instrument of the devil, forced him to destroy it. Time proved da Vinci right. Now men and women truly do have wings. The most dynamic aspect of imagination is the act of forming mental images of what does not yet exist in the physical world. Another power is creating new ideas and combinations of ideas stimulated by and based upon previous experience. Creative imagination takes us a step further than just forming mental images. It causes things to come into existence. When we are creatively imagining something, we are actually causing it to come into being because it has been formed for the first time in our minds. Our images contain creative power. They are changed through the power of creative intelligence. The actual means by which things come into being in the outer world is a mystery. Yet we know that if we plant a kernel of corn in the earth, it will produce a stalk with several ears of corn on it. We do not know nature's secret for drawing the substance from the soil to make this new creation. The image or picture of the stalk of corn is locked within the kernel. An idea is the seed you plant when you want a certain crop. It will produce whatever you plant: corn, wheat, tomatoes, weeds, thistles, or poisonous nightshade. Everything depends upon the nature of the seed. Whatever idea you hold in your imagination, whether it is negative or positive, constructive or destructive, it will bring forth its own kind. Like attracts like, or, to quote the philosophers, as above, so below. Creative imagination is a powerful force. The industry of the entire southern United States was changed by one man's creative imagination. One evening, as he sat in his home, he watched his cat trying to pull his canary through the bars of its cage. As the bars protected the canary, the cat only succeeded in getting a pawful of feathers. This caused the man to visualize an iron claw pulling cotton from a cotton plant. And so it was that Eli Whitney invented an amazing machine, the cotton gin. Creative imagination can be used to overcome world problems. We must never think of any situation as hopeless or unsolvable. The belief that we are on the path to self-destruct is simply not true. There have been prophets of doom and gloom since the beginning of recorded history. But they have been wrong every time. When things looked the bleakest, along came individuals with creative imaginations who led us to even greater achievements. All problems are really opportunities in disguise. The Chinese realized this. Their symbol for crisis is made up of two other symbols, one for problem and one for opportunity. Bearing this in mind, we should carefully examine every so-called crisis in our lives for the hidden opportunity in it. The conscious phase of mind power. The conscious phase of mind power is the most limiting because its information comes through the five senses: hearing, tasting, smelling, feeling, and seeing. Since our senses can deceive, we often accept false concepts, values, and beliefs that have come through our conscious phase of mind. The conscious mind is objective. It observes, is rational, and is where our willpower resides. The conscious mind may be likened to a guard at the door, protecting the access route to the subconscious mind. The conscious mind screens all incoming data and allows the subconscious to accept only that which it perceives as the truth, even if the what is perceives as not the truth but a mistaken certainty. What we see with our conscious mind often deceives us. When we look at the horizon, the sky and earth seem to meet. A rainbow seems to disappear into the ground, and railroad tracks seem to come together in the distance. These distortions are the result of false images and messages from our conscious minds. Sickness, poverty, worry, despair, and hopelessness are also faulty images we have accepted from our conscious mind and chosen to program into our subconscious minds. To free ourselves from the limitations of our conscious minds, we must turn within for the source of truth. Truth can only come from within. To continue to look for it externally is to continue to experience those conditions that have been holding us back. For this reason, we must listen to the intuition from the superconscious mind, take that information into our conscious minds, and deliberately program it in our subconscious minds to create the positive experience we desire. To do this, we need to take a look at the genie within. Waking up your genie. In the story of Aladdin's lamp, we are told of a genie that carried out any wish Aladdin had. All Aladdin had to do was rub his lamp, and the genie would appear. You have a far more powerful genie within you, right now, ready to carry out your every command. But, if you have not been aware of this, he may have been sleeping for many years. The time has come to wake him up. Throughout the centuries, successful people have either intuitively or knowingly become aware that they too possessed a power that would serve them just as the genie served Aladdin. They called on this power to help them create great works or art, compose, invent, write, build businesses, etc. Biblical scribes knew about this power when they wrote, "As you think in your heart, so are you," using the heart as a synonym for subconscious. What they were really saying was, as you think in your subconscious, so are you. Although superbly talented and possessing unlimited ability, your subconscious is a servant and, as a servant, must be commanded. It can't command itself. In fact, it is an automatic impersonal mechanism that will faithfully bring about whatever you most persistently impress upon it. It is a valued, competent, trustworthy partner that will supply you with all the necessary information you need to create the life you desire. We said earlier that your subconscious responds according to the beliefs and convictions you hold in your conscious phase of mind. Your conscious mind chooses what it believes to be true, and your subconscious mind accepts without question whatever the conscious mind dictates. It is important to remember that your subconscious will accept failure as readily as success, and will provide the means to bring about either one. At this very moment, your subconscious is working for or against you through your conscious mind. It senses and records all your physical, intellectual, mental, and emotional experiences, and stores the information for further use. The sum total of these experiences determines your present level of awareness. The correct thinking process. As we have said, our conscious minds are greatly influenced by our five senses, so it is easy to see why we get confused when we use the conscious mind alone to our problems. The five senses do not report the truth to us most of the time, so we accept, reject, and relate everything based on what may be a mistaken certainty. To look at a situation and evaluate the information based on the Conscious mind alone is to look at the effect instead of the cause. This makes us value judge both ourselves and others, and evaluate what we see, hear, and feel as if it were, indeed, the truth. The lives of so many people are plagued with one problem after another because they take actions and make decisions based on what they perceive from their conscious mind. What we need to do is to train ourselves to look within and ask our superconscious mind for inner guidance. As long as we rely on the conscious mind alone, we shall continue to make mistakes and become disappointed and frustrated. The correct thinking process goes like this. 1. Go to the superconscious mind for inner guidance. Remember, it cannot be wrong because it comes from higher intelligence. 2. Use the conscious mind to program this information into the subconscious. 3. Command the subconscious to carry out this information. Facts you should know about your subconscious mind. 1. Your subconscious is only stable and effective in direct proportion to the quality and clarity of the information supplied to it. 2. Anything you picture vividly with repetition and emotion in your subconscious mind will be brought forth by and become a reality for you. 3. Your subconscious will draw to you what it clearly understands to bear desire. 4. Your subconscious doesn't reason why, but records with high fidelity anything and everything your conscious mind presents to it. 5. Your subconscious will draw to you the circumstances, people, and conditions to fulfill your desire. 6. It will not fulfill your goals or desire automatically. You must ask it and tell it exactly what you want. 7. When you ask it, it will alert your conscious mind to recognize the right opportunities, people, and circumstance needed to fulfill your desire. How to program your GENIE. Your subconscious responds to 3 things. 1. Verbalizing. There is a tremendous power in words. Words can build or destroy your life. They made you what you are right now. Self-talk is verbalized thinking, so the way you talk to yourself has a profound effect upon your feelings, actions, and accomplishments. What you say to yourself determines practically everything you do. Words can even change blood pressure, heart beating, and breathing. The subconscious accepts, without question, the words we use to program it, whether they are positive or negative. Positive statements or affirmations build our life, while negative statements or affirmations destroy it. Take a moment right now to think about this. Do you use any of these negative affirmations? I don't like my job. I worry a lot. I'll never have any money. I can't quit smoking. I just can't get along with that person. I don't have as much get up and go as I used to. I don't have enough time to do what I want. I don't have any patience. That's the way I am. I don't have any special talents. I need a rest. I'm not perfect. I can't lose weight no matter what I do. I've got too much to do. I have trouble meeting new people. I have a poor memory. I always get a cold. I don't feel very good. I can't remember people's names. Of course, the list could go on and on. But it is long enough to show you how we program ourselves, sometimes without realizing it. The subconscious is then required to carry out these negative commands. And so we experience sickness, poverty, limitation, and failure. What you must do is to monitor your self-talk and turn such self-defeating statements around. The way to do this is to program your mind with positive affirmations. Repeat them over and over again until your subconscious accepts them as reality. When you keep saying that you are sick, your subconscious is required to make you sick. If you affirm health, it is required to make you healthy. Never rehearse a contrary situation by saying to yourself that you feel great. Then, the next minute when someone asks how you are, you tell them that you feel terrible just to get their sympathy. Switching back and forth only confuses the subconscious. If you do this, you will find that you will not be able to make the positive changes you desire. 2. Feeling and emotion. Emotion is the carrier of creativity. No creative act is performed without it. The subconscious responds to feeling and emotion more than anything else. Repetition, by itself, is not as effective without emotion. It is important to understand that negative emotions such as fear, anxiety, frustration, jealousy, or hate will work with just as much force as their positive counterparts. This is why they are so destructive. Speaking aloud or listening to music while using repetition to impress an idea in your subconscious will increase the intensity of the vibrations and help you impress the information more quickly. Psychological studies have shown that subconscious impression can be done up to 25% faster through the use of music or voice recordings. 3. Visualization. Imagination or visualization is the picturing power of your mind. Your subconscious responds to pictures and images held on your mental screen. It may be said that your subconscious is the contractor that will build your life. You are the architect, and your imagination is the blueprint. You are constantly running a mental movie with yourself as star of the show. These images determine your behavior and the kind of life you lead. You have the power to mentally create a new life for yourself, whatever you can visualize. You can have. If you can see your desire already accomplished, it will become a self-fulfilling prophecy. What you are thinking about and picturing in your mind today is a clear indication of what you will be experiencing in the future. Since this is true, why not visualize yourself having, doing, or being the things you want? Feel yourself enjoying them. See the details, the colors, places, and people as vividly as you can. Hold the pictures clearly in your mind. Most important, you must put yourself in the picture. Get yourself a scrapbook and call it My Blueprint of Destiny. In it, put colored pictures of the things you want, the places you want to go, or the things you want to do. Look at the pictures every day and let them sink deeply into your subconscious. Soon, you will master the technique of visualization, and, in the process, your desire will become reality. The subconscious, a creative automatic mechanism. You can train your subconscious to perform any act you consciously choose. When a great pianist plays with ease, you can be sure that he has spent years building habit patterns of perfection in his subconscious. His subconscious mind stores these memories and releases them under automatic control so that he does not have to consciously think which key to depress each time he wants to play a different note. Your subconscious is an automatic creative mechanism that can solve your problems and change your life much faster than your conscious mind alone. Further, it is never limited because it can be trained and retrained, just as long as you keep on picturing what you want. Like a submarine torpedo program to seek out an objective, it will forget mistakes, change course, correct itself, and bring you right on target, all automatically. You already have it. The key to releasing your subconscious power is to get the feeling that it's working. You must, therefore, picture the end result, feel that you can get what you want. Feel that it is already yours, feel the enjoyment and the excitement now. As you picture what you want, your limited conscious mind may try to conspire against you through your intellect. It may tell you that what you desire cannot be achieved, that it is impossible. Do not accept this as the truth. Remember, the information from your conscious mind is limited to your 5 senses. Instead, trust your subconscious inner guidance system. If you want a new automobile, go to a dealer and get some brochures. Look at the pictures often. Visit the showroom frequently and look at your car. Visualize and imagine yourself driving the car. Take a test. Drive. Start behaving as if you already owned it. Act as though you had just been told it had been shipped and would be delivered soon. Even buy something to go with it. Give thanks in advance for whatever you are seeking to bring forth. This may seem strange if you do not understand the principle. But, by giving thanks in advance, you are acknowledging that what you want is on its way to you. Once you accept this, conditions will commence to change because you will be reaching for a higher dimension of consciousness than that in which you have been operating. You will be in a state of magnetic attraction.